Tekken 8 just had an update, version 1.11. I really haven't looked into it that much, so I'm going to do that here in this video. So my reactions is largely going to be legitimate. So anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, so this came out. Uh, I'm not expecting this to be really significant. I'm waiting for the actual spring update that's supposed to nerf and buff the characters that need attention. But there are a couple of things I've heard that is pretty decent. So let's see here. Let me get into this now. So downloaded replays, replay data. Okay, that's usually the case. All date replay data before the patch will be deleted. Okay, they got some. Okay, got some new items for the Tekken shop. Sometimes these are hit or miss for me. I think the last thing I bought off of the Tekken shop, to be honest, was the Ninja pack, only because I wanted that outfit for Raven. So that was definitely something I bought. But I mean, the Tekken shop has some cool items here and there. But I don't know about this flamboyant pack. I don't really know about all that. They got a deal going on. Oh, that's nice. All right. Characters can be selected from customized slots. Okay. I guess it's more of a quality of life kind of thing. For me, I have Raven, in my, main screen. So I guess now I'm able to utilize my customized Raven. So I guess that's meaningful for some people out there. Okay, so 20 additional customized slots. Okay, I guess there are people out there that just love to customize their characters and just, I don't know, you'll make Jin into like Vegeta or something like that. So that, I guess that caters to those types of people. That's cool, I suppose. Added add to favorites function. Press the square or X button in the customization slot. List screen to add or remove any customization to favorites. Okay, that's quality of life, good. Added replace function in the customization. Let's see, on the slot you want to rearrange, and okay, that's decent. It's all related to the customized aspect, I believe. Okay, now this is of interest to me. Quick match, group match, and Tekken Ball Online added a rematch function. After a best of 3 online match concludes, players can rematch from the results screen without returning to the matchmaking standby screen. That I love because I do a lot of quick match and a lot of, I play a few friends. So this will I definitely like this. Practice improved punishment settings display in practice mode offense when setting CPU behavior using punishment settings, which is something I never do. Select from punishment list. The configured settings are now also displayed in the punishment settings list. I'm gonna have to mess around with that, but typically when I'm in practice mode, or the lab as I call it, I'm just kind of, all I really do is I just have the dummy set to just mash on a 10 frame response. That's really all I do for the most part. Practice versus improved photo mode. Again, not really my thing, but I guess as a content creator, I could probably look into this and get some functionality out of it with thumbnails and stuff. Options, added function to hide unwanted other player information. Can be configured by selecting screen settings, hide other player names, hide friends, following, and rivals. When hide other player names is selected, the player names other than your own will be displayed as this symbol here. You know what, actually, I actually don't mind that because I was thinking about posting some of my matches and I was thinking like, man, I don't know if I really want to show this player's name. I don't think that they would mind, but for me, I like that is an option, honestly. Opponent players in online matches, profiles other than your own, players in lounges, player lists in lounges, opponent players in online practice, ghost battles. So all of this is related. Um, let's see. When hide friends following and rivals selected, the following friends following rivals displays can be hidden. Okay, so all that's related. All right. So the replay function, added function to access replay list from profile screen. Now possible to navigate to a player's replay list from there. You know what? I actually before I'm doing this video, I actually noticed that. I was like, I don't think I was able to see that before. I went to one of my older replays just to kind of check out this one player, and I noticed it said watch all replays. So I think that's pretty cool. It saves time, in my opinion. Playable characters, adjusted behavior and performance of certain characters. Okay, all right. Now this is the meat and potatoes right here. All right, so let's get into this. I have to zoom this in because I don't have a cat-like eyesight. All right, so let's see here. All right. In version 1.1.11, behavior fixes and performance adjustments have been applied to Heihachi and Clive. Heihachi will only receive minor adjustments to address unintended phenomena, whereas Clive will undergo significant changes to character balance, such as suppressing the performance of certain overpowered moves. Improvements have been made to enhance the quality of sound effects, voice, and visual effects. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I definitely look forward to seeing that in action. Okay, so made some adjustments and changes to the movie cinematics. Certain icons, text, icons, and other elements in the move list have been modified. The issue where stage objects were appearing in front of the character in specific situations have been alleviated. For Phoenix Gate specifically, the issue where in some instances characters could move outside the wall. What the hell? That's a glitch I've never experienced. So nothing significantly changed with Heihachi. His warrior instinct. The issue where this move could not be performed immediately after the activation of heat has been fixed. Okay, whatever. Now here's the big thing. Okay, here's the big situation here. So Clive, the bullshit character that has no business being in this game, but hey, it is what it is. So in version 1.11, changes were made to Clive focusing on suppressing the performance of certain overpowered moves. Clive's key move, forward 1+2, or what people call prominence, is a long reach heat engager that serves as an effective counter to lateral movements. Yeah, because that, for whatever reason, that move literally tracks both directions. However, due to its combination of various strengths and low risk, this move overshadowed the utility of Clive's other techniques, encouraging monotonous playstyles. I love the use of the word monotonous. That to me is just simply saying mindless, brain dead, flowchart. Actually, not even flowchart, but just mindless and brain dead. But anyway, let me continue. To address this, the move has been adjusted so that it now incurs a guaranteed punishment when blocked, maintaining its utility against lateral movements. Okay, I don't agree with that. But introducing a risk level appropriate for its performance. Additionally, if the first hit whiffs, the tracking ability of the second hit has been significantly reduced, allowing players to counter it with. First of all, that's how it should be in the first place. To my understanding, it's a poor dramatization, but you have a character with a goddamn sword that is literally doing this and this. It is a straight line slash. He's not doing this and this. So why in God's green earth is that move have any tracking? So I don't agree with that. It's like in order for it to not track, the first has to whiff. How in the hell is the first one going to whiff? The chances of that happening is next to nothing. So honestly, I think they screwed up with this. They want this character to be super powerful, and this is just more of a slap on the wrist in my experience and opinion. This move should be significantly punishable and should be steppable. Anyway, all right. I tell you, man, I really don't like the way this game is going. All right, so yeah, so both back 3 and back 1+2 are excellent counterplay tools. However, their rapid recovery, even after failure or whiff, made them difficult to punish. To balance this, adjustments have been made to increase the risk when these moves fail. So basically, it sounds like to me they're giving additional recovery frames on these moves. Now during heat, okay, so this is a buff. The timing for the opponent to enter a wall splat state has been adjusted to make follow-up attacks in wall combos easier to execute. This adjustment aims to alleviate the difficulty of performing follow-up attacks after triggering wall breaks or other mechanics with this move. Again, forward 1+2 prominence. It's funny because it's been given a buff and a nerf. This is what I'm talking about. And when I'm done with all of these patch notes, I'm going to tell you where I feel this game is going because it's not good as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, so adjusted the tracking performance of the move so that second attack is less likely to connect when the first attack is evaded. Give me a break, man. The tracking ability after first attack on block has been enhanced. What? So wait, am I reading this right? The tracking ability after the first attack on block has been enhanced to alleviate instances of attacks whiffing midway through. Reduce the distance to the opponent on block for the second attack, largely because they want to, I would assume they want to make the punish easier. Decrease the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 4 frames when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame advantage of -8 to -12. You know what's funny? I gotta take the time for this. Okay, so if this is your first time on my channel, currently I'm specializing in Raven, and I've made a few videos detailing how Raven is the worst character in this game. One of the things I mention is how Raven's clones are -14 on block, right? They're -14. They don't lead to anything. They don't lead to a combo. They don't lead to a guaranteed follow-up. At most, you will get a wall splat if you are near the wall. So you make Raven's clones -14, but you make a move that is a heat engager, a mid, like you can't make this up. You can't make this up. This move from Clive, forward 1+2, should 100% be -14 on block. That's what that move should be. Okay? You're getting literally the royal treatment when you do that move. It's ridiculous. -12 is not good enough. For a move that basically has tracking, it's a heat engager, it's mid, it's fast. Come on, man. Like, nah. If you see, this is why I say the balancing of Tekken 8 is absolute dog shit. Because again, pure and simple, if you're going to make a move like this that gives you all of these abilities, but yet and still a simple interrupting strike, because that's really what Raven's clones are. It's just to interrupt you, and you make that -14. Come on, dog. That's ridiculous. Anyway, let me go on. The tracking ability after the first attack on block has been enhanced to alleviate instances of attacks whiffing mid. Come on. Okay, so back 3. All right, the recovery time on whiff when a reversal fails has been increased by 5 frames. Fixed an issue where the recovery time was shorter than intended in certain situations. Back 1+2, the recovery frames have been increased by 6 frames to maintain the frame advantage on block, increased the opponent's recovery time on block by 6 frames, adjusted the opponent's recovery time so that the frame disadvantage becomes -14, even when the move is blocked from a long distance. Okay. I like that. Change the damage of the powered up version, which activates immediately after absorbing the opponent's attack from 7725 to 7720. I'm assuming this is the one where he basically uses a boulder. I think it's an armor move, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't really use this bullshit character. While rising, 1+2, relax the input window of 1+2 to make it easier to execute. During Phoenix Shift 3, on hit 2, the attack hitbox have been adjusted to mitigate the issue of whiffing when used as a follow-up near the wall. Like I said, I don't use this character. I fought against the character. Yeah. So I have a few thoughts about this patch. I 1000% feel that prominence move from Clive, that forward 1+2, that shit should be -14. At the very least, maybe -13. But -12, it's a slap on the wrist. That move is I don't know who Namco, I don't know who they have playtesting their game when it comes to balancing issues. I don't even know if they even have anybody. I don't know. I don't know how you actually greenlit a character to have a move like that and say, no, it's just fine. Let's put it out there. I don't know how you come to that decision. The move was -8. It tracks both directions. It's safe on block. The move was literally a god button. Let's just call it what it is, okay? And their answer, their update is to simply only make it -12. For a move that does all of that, that has all of that utility, -12 for that, that's a slap on the wrist. That is a true slap on the wrist. That's insane. That's egregious. It's complete bullshit. And it will not stop people from whoring that move out left and right. That is not a significant amount of punishment for a move that gives you all of the benefits that it does. I contrast that move, that level of punishment, against Raven, where I have extensively spoken about how I feel that Raven is the worst character in Tekken 8. And when I look at his clones, all of his clones, specific, let's just say if you block his block or get hit with down forward 1 and hit the right kick button, he has a clone that come out. Every single clone from Raven is -14 on block. Why in the hell is that move a move that the real purpose of Raven's clones is to act as an interrupter? If I do down forward 1 with Raven and you block it and you go to take your turn back, if I happen to let the clone go, you're going to get hit with the clone. That's the whole point of that move. The move does not provide a heat engager. It does not provide any sort of a guaranteed follow-up from a damage standpoint in open field. Near a wall, yeah, you'll get a wall splat. Okay, that's near a wall. But in open field, you get really nothing aside from the hit itself. So why in the hell is that -14, but this bullshit from Clive that gives perfect tracking, decent damage, comes out pretty quick, was completely safe on block, and is a heat engager? You give a character a move that has all of that, and it was -8. Now, with their little slap on the wrist, it's -12. I feel that's ridiculous. And with that lets me know everything I need to know. The patch that I believe all of us Tekken 8 players are waiting for, the spring update where they're supposed to be adding a new move to every character and buffs and nerfs to characters. Seeing this lets me know that I should not expect any significant nerfs to bullshit brain dead characters such as King, Jin, Dragunov, Yoshimitsu, Nina, Victor. I mean, I can go on and on. Law, like these are characters that they're complete bullshit. Let's just call it what it is. I can just tell you right now, just on Yoshimitsu's side, the fact that he has that unblockable low slash, I get it. I'm an OG Tekken player. I'm 44 years old. I've been playing this damn franchise longer than some of you have been alive. I've been playing the game for 30 years. And I'm well aware that Yoshimitsu has always had that low slash. But I feel in this game, allowing Yoshimitsu, the way he is in this game right now, to get a combo out of that is ridiculous. I would prefer to see that move just simply knock you down. Yoshi gets maybe a guaranteed follow-up, maybe some Oki options, but a full combo? Nah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And characters, and this goes for every character, no character in the game, as far as I'm concerned, should have an unbreakable grab. That is complete bullshit. I'm looking at King, that stupid running move where he could just do a RKO literally out of nowhere. Oh, it's supposed to be slow. It doesn't matter that it's slow. The fact that he has it in his kit. Oh, and it's a heat engager. Oh, and not to mention, it actually does pretty decent damage. That's ridiculous. That shit gotta go. That Yoshimitsu, the thing where he's in the air flying with the sword and he grabs with his legs, that shit gots to go. Those grabs should be made breakable. Like, it's not going to, castrate those characters. Both of those characters, Yoshimitsu and King, they got way too much shit. And don't even get me started on King. I have zero respect for anybody who uses that character. That character is fucking brain dead. Okay? I don't care about his grabs because he's a wrestler. He's supposed to. But the fact that the King character has offense that is in some ways better than characters that are designated as strikers. Like, I don't know how, as far as I'm concerned, King should have the absolute worst offense in the game. He should have the worst frames in the game. But his grabs are strong. The fact that he can grab you crouch, the fact that he can grab you sidestep, that's what King should be. King should not have the best of both worlds. So that needs to be completely nerfed into the ground. Jin, down 2, that shit needs to be castrated. Down 2 should at least, at the very minimum, be minus 15 on block. And that's the low end. I really think that move should be like minus 19 or something. Because Jin already has down back 4, which is 20 frames. He also, on counter hit, it actually, I think it's like plus 13 or plus 14 on hit, on counter hit. It's 20 frames, so it's an actual very good, it's a strong move. It does decent damage. And on hit, I think it's like plus 3 or plus 4 or something like that. And you know what pairs very well with Jin's down back 4? Jin's down forward 4. That move is also 20 frames. So you're dealing with a low that's 20 frames and a mid that's 20 frames. That is a perfect mix-up. You have to commit to either option. And that down forward 4 from Jin is a safe mid heat engager. And then while we're on the subject of down 2, which happens to be a 22 frame startup, by the way, a perfect high crush, as well as only being minus 14 and giving a full combo on counter hit. On top of that, Jin also has a move that complements down 2 perfectly as well, and that is Jin's up forward 3. That move, to my knowledge, I believe that move is safe on block. It's 22 frames, and on counter hit gives you a gut stun, giving you a free combo. Oh, and of course, because he's hopping off the ground, it's also a low crush. So there are characters in this game that need to be nerfed into the absolute ground. But seeing this patch and seeing what Namco decided to do with an obvious brain dead bullshit move, forward 1+2, my hopes for that upcoming spring update is shot. I would be, at this point, I would be very surprised if Namco does anything significant to Jin, Yoshi, King, Dragunov, any of these characters. I would be very surprised because at this point, looking at the way they handled this Clive situation, I no longer have confidence. Yeah, like I said, the shadow clone from Raven being -14 and just having that Clive move now being only -12, that's ridiculous. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say about it, about this. So yeah. So let me address where I feel Tekken 8 is at right now and where I think the game is going. I don't know financial wise. I don't know what the sales numbers for Tekken 8 is. I do know that Namco, Harada and his team, they need Tekken 8 to make a lot of money. Tekken 8 was a massive project from a developmental standpoint. And I recall an interview that Harada had some time ago when speaking about the development of Tekken 8, and he said that the game cost a lot of money to make, and they put a lot of money into the actual the story mode. He also went on to say that the reason for Tekken 8 being the way it is based on the success of Tekken 7. Tekken 7 was around for a long time. For those that don't know, just to kind of put myself in this, I'm an old tournament pro, and I was playing in events for Tekken 7. My last tournament was 2017. This was before Lei came out, which is sad. I never got a chance to compete at an offline event with Lei. With Lei being released September 6th of 2017, which was my birthday, I had already stopped competing. So after that, you had a bunch of other characters come out. You had Lydia, you had Leroy, Fakam Ram, I believe, and you also had Negan. You had other guest characters that really drove the DLC sales and gave Namco and Harada and his team the money to create Tekken 8 the way it is now. If the success of Tekken 7 was not what it was, specifically relating to the DLC, Tekken 8 would not be the way it is now. So moving forward to Tekken 9, they need Tekken 8 to have similar, if not more, of a financial success. And with them including a character like Clive, from a player standpoint, I don't like the direction that Namco is going. I can only imagine the other nonsensical characters that they're going to bring in as far as guests. I wouldn't even be surprised they'll bring in a character that has a goddamn machine gun and can probably just shoot you from full screen. And they'll probably just, give him like an ammo quality where he has to refill his bullets at the end of a round. So I don't like how easy they made the game. Literally, every bit of legacy skill is out the window because they made the game more accessible. Now, from a business standpoint, I understand why they did it. Because if you cater to more people can get into the game and buy the game. So I understand that part. But the player, the OG, the guy that has been playing this franchise for 30 years and has been competing since the latter part of Tekken 4, and at one point was arguably considered among the best Lei Wulong players in the United States. This guy right here, does not like how the majority of the legacy skill was basically removed, and the majority of characters that had difficulty were dumbed down. I'm not a fan of that. But the thing that I absolutely hate about this game is the rage art system. And looking at it, when they introduced that system in Tekken 7, they introduced Akuma, which was a complete broken bullshit character. From a gameplay standpoint, I knew that Tekken was not going in the direction that I liked. Looking at the rage arts mechanics specifically, and I feel like I can just make a whole video on that. I don't like that for a game that's supposed to be focused on aggression. When you get your opponent into that rage state, I have to basically, I guess I have to stop my offense. I have to kill my own momentum. I have to allow you back into the match because I have to be concerned that you're just going to randomly activate your rage art and steal a round from me. So basically, players are being rewarded a nuclear missile for getting their ass beat. I hate that mechanic. I don't mind the heat system because at least the heat system is on a timer. But the rage art system, that move, as far as I'm concerned, needs to go, or really needs to be reworked to where how armor moves work, where low attacks and grabs can beat armor moves. That's how rage art should be. Like it was crazy. I had a match one time where I had the guy in rage, and I was literally going to finish him off. He had like maybe 10% health left. I had about a good 40, 47 damage. And we're moving like this. Now, I literally allowed him back into the match, and I threw out a jab, and he rage arted me and killed me. You bet your ass I plugged. I rage quitted. You bet your ass I did. I have no shame in admitting that. It is a bullshit mechanic. I basically got robbed out of the round. And a lot of that happens to many players. And I don't think many players speak on it. Yeah, okay, it's minus 15. I don't care about that. There's no real counterplay to it. It's literally you're on your opponent's, you're on them, and then now they rage. Now I gotta stop. There's no counterplay. There's no I'll just sidestep. No, it's gonna track you. So that is bullshit, and that contributes to why I don't like the direction that Tekken is going. From the rage arts to these crazy characters that are being brought into the game. I get it to bolster sales, but these are characters that literally fundamentally do not play by the same rules as the legacy characters. We've seen this with Akuma, with the fireballs, the dive kicks, and also the bullshit. I fear it's just going to get worse. And then, obviously the way they're balancing the characters that need to be nerfed into the ground, they let them rock. Characters that need obvious attention, like Raven, for instance, he's left to the wolves. So there's so much I can speak about on this. Anyway, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. I do feel that, if Namco really wanted to add a Final Fantasy character, they could have just went with Tifa. She wouldn't have been my pick. I would have picked Zell from Final Fantasy VIII. I kind of preferred him more, but I recognize that Tifa is the more popular of the Final Fantasy striker characters, and I feel either would have been a far better choice than adding a goddamn Soul Calibur like character in Clive, and then you bring him in the game with a bullshit move, where now in your latest patch you allow him to maintain all of the benefits of the move, but now it's only minus 12, a slap on the wrist. I don't know, man, but what do you think? Do you like where where Tekken 8 is going? Do you actually like how the rage art system is? And hey, I'm not holding my breath for this spring update anymore. If When that update comes and I read the patch notes, and I will make a video for it, so subscribe if you haven't already done so, to check that out. If I read the patch notes for that game, for that update coming for spring, and I don't see no meaningful nerfs to all of the characters that are obviously broken and mindless, and I don't see anything meaningful given to Raven, I'm more than likely just going to quit playing this game. I may obviously do things for content purposes, but in terms of playing the game and investing serious time, I'll probably uninstall the game and quit the shit. So this spring update is very significant to me because I need to see serious changes with the top characters of this game, because they literally they all have special treatment, and it's ridiculous. And I am definitely looking forward to Virtua Fighter 6. I will definitely make a video about that. But let's just say that will be, I'm hoping that will be the true definitive fighting game. Because as far as Tekken goes, I'm just seeing Tekken just go in this crazy direction that it's really for casuals. And as an old seasoned pro, I'm struggling to find my place in the game. Anyway, thanks for watching. Sorry I went off on a tangent, but it is what it is. I like to talk. Anyway, take care. Peace.